Hello and welcome. I'm Michael. I'm joined by one and only Craig. How we doing, mate?
Disappointed.
Yeah, defeat at the Den, 1-0 to Millwall. Let's just get straight into it, mate. I mean, what do you make of the game?
They set out a game plan, didn't they, and executed it as usual against teams. Once as soon as they get a goal against a runner player, that's it.
A fair play to Millwall, though. They do play that way. They do tend to set up that way, and it works for them. Obviously, 4-1-0 wins in a row. They are doing quite a good job compared to what obviously they're doing. But on our point of view, man, we just can't break anything down on a low block, can we? It's
No,
just
but
that final ball.
again,
It's oh
yeah, again, like you say, it's final ball. It's wasted chances because we do get the chances. It's not like we don't create anything. So when it comes to breaking down those low blocks, it's not like we don't have any chances at all. We do get the chances, but we just don't put them away. We need to be more ruthless.
yeah, we had double the amount of shots they had. I mean, they had six, we had 14 shots, mainly just straight at the keeper. I mean, James, two colours straight at the keeper, Hero straight to the keeper again. Bogle just I don't even know what he was trying to do with that shot.
Yeah.
James again, just right at the end, and Aronson as well. I mean, the shots are there, but it's just that passing it around, trying to find an opening. We just can't do it unless we shoot from the edge of the box, which I've been saying for weeks. That's what
Yeah.
we need to do.
Yeah, I think it's just like I say, teams like that, they get a goal, park the bus, and then that's how they play, and then do a bit of time wasting during the match. Just ride it out, and they know Leeds are going to have most of the possession, and as long as they keep them outside the box, um, I mean, we're not much of a threat from corners, are we? So if they get corners away, it's not. But they've got big, strong defenders. They've got big, strong, players that just bully the way through. I don't think a lot went our way today. I mean, towards the end, Bamford touched their player and he went down and got
Yeah.
it's nitpicking and finding excuses, but yeah, it's frustrating because we lost, but it's a game that we need to be winning them games if we're gonna run away with this,
Yeah.
and I don't think we will run away with it if we keep playing like that. But it's going to be, I think it's going to be closer than we think when it comes towards the end of the season.
Yeah, and I know we always say that we've got the best striker or best attack in the league, but it's not click when it doesn't click. Like some games, it clicks really, really well. Everyone's
Yeah.
interchanging really, really well. But then other games it doesn't, and it was just this game like nothing really clicked for me. It was
No.
just pass, pass, pass. A few switches over, which to be fair, when we switched it from the left over to Bogle, it looked really, really promising, but
Yeah.
nothing materialized, and it's just frustrating that we could have got something from this game. Their call. Let's talk about their goal minute first of all. Obviously, was it a free kick? Was it not? Few people saying it wasn't due to Strauch's handball or not. Regardless of it, though, do you think it was a good goal or just bad defending?
I think you can't say it's a good goal. You could put it down to bad defending, but it's just one of those. It's just like it's more lucky than anything. It's just dropped in the right area,
I
but
think
you
it's a
know their
well.
threat. The
I
thing
think
is,
it's a well worked set piece, though.
well, that's what I mean.
Personally,
You know their threats. You know who
yeah.
that ball's going to.
Every
And
single time it's going to
that,
Cooper.
yeah, that's the player that you've got to put out of the game because you know the set piece is going to go towards him. So put him out of the game. If for whatever reason they decide to switch it up and play it somewhere else, it's probably easier to defend. But yeah, he just he headed it back across and then it falls into the right area. Someone just, I mean, when you saw it from the angle of straight on at goal, it basically went through the only gap that it could go through. So yeah, it were a bit lucky, but
Thing is, if it was on the other shoe, we'd be saying that's a good goal. Well worked set piece, and yeah, we knew Cooper was a threat anyway. Like not long beforehand, they had a free kick and went straight to Cooper.
yeah,
Obviously, Messier saved it, but it's one of those things where right, it was nobody was paying attention. They'd done a quick short ball, back in, crossover, and it's just like, right, here we go. And then, like you said to me, you just know they're going to sit back and it's a low block. And it wasn't we didn't have chances. We just, like I said, fair play to Millwall. They defended well. That's all I'm going to say on that matter, I think.
Well, I mean, did they defend well? Because I mean, the did the low block and yeah, they defended well in that sense. But it's we had the chances. It's I think more than they defended well, we weren't ruthless. Because if we put those chances away that we had, the especially the ones that were a clear shot on goal, if we at least test the keeper or get them, you know, put a bit more venom into them and be a bit more ruthless. If we finish them chances, we're 3, 4 goals up, and then they're
Yeah,
defending bad.
I guess it's
But
where you look at it. It's a bit of both, really. I think I'm not trying to discourage Millwall at all because they are very hard to play against, especially at Millwall. But
yeah,
again, with our attacking, you think that we should be doing better. But I just found it funny that it took them 2 minutes to even get the ball. Like straight from
yeah.
kickoff, it
Well,
was we were
I
passing it
mean
around and then,
that.
but yeah,
I mean, for me, it's one of those where yeah, you can say that they're doing well and they're playing well, but I mean, when you've got to play that way to get the points, it's for me, it's how good a football team are you actually that you've got to play that way to get points, and it's not good to watch. So I was saying before that if you were a neutral watching that, it's a boring game to watch.
yeah. Oh no, I agree. I don't like the style of football. I really,
Yeah,
really don't.
it's
But when
effective,
it
but
works,
it's
exactly when it works, it's effective, and that's what I'm trying to get at here.
yeah,
But I mean, it took us what 17 minutes to even have shots, and then all of a sudden we had three shots straight away, like Pero, Aronson, Nonto, and then it was just corners, corners, corners throughout the game.
mm,
But like you said, we couldn't really break him down. I've been praising Rothwell for his corners, and they were just really hit and miss today with his corners, I thought.
yeah. Well, this is where I thought Gilavogi would have been suitable for this game because a bit of height, a bit of presence there, just for the set pieces. And when you've got a player like Cooper in that team, you need someone that you can just stick on him.
Yeah.
And Gilavogi would have given him a harder game than what he got. But I think, yeah, it's just one of those. It's like I say, it's effective, but it's just so boring. I hate. I know when we lose to it, I hate it because
Yeah.
but it's not. It's not just that. It's not just the style of football. It's just if we took our chances, we'd open it up. It'd
Yeah,
be more.
no, I agree with you on that one, but hey, it is what
It's
it
our fault
is.
more than anything.
Yeah, I'm just trying to look at it neutralize. Obviously, if we look at the whole attacking wave, it was literally just ball possession. We had it all. They done what they done, like a few shots here and there, and then all of a sudden
Yeah,
it was just wave after wave of just ball possession, but nothing going for us. But
yeah. I think that was Farke's tactics. Like I think the way that he sees it is he's hoping to get in at half time at 0-0 or one, or we're winning 1-0. Like it's tiring the teams out. Because that's what, like, we didn't have a shot for 17 minutes, but it's like tiring because they were running around, pressing and pressing and pressing. And you could see they were going to get tired. And you could see at the point where they started getting tired. And our players are not going to get that. We can last the full 90 minutes. So it's a case of, I think Farke sees it as we know we're a fit team. We just play it out, get them tired, and then we can go on the offensive because we're going to dominate. And then, yeah, we just conceded that goal, and you just know, like I said to you, from that minute on, I sent you that message and said, right, it's part of the bus time, and they're just going to sit back and let us do everything else, and that's what they did.
yeah, let's get into player ratings now because otherwise we're just gonna
Yeah,
moan about our style of play and stuff like that. So let's just moan about players individually.
yeah. Well, I'm
Right.
not moaning about the style of play. I like our style of play.
Yeah.
All I'm moaning about is we're not ruthless enough.
Yeah, let's Meslier, mate. I thought he had a decent game for what he'd
Yeah,
done.
it,
Obviously, could he have done better with the goal? Probably not.
it he didn't. I
Maybe.
don't think he saw it until later because like I say, it went through iron needle through the
Yeah.
gap. It was the only gap it could go through, and yeah, he saw it a bit late. But I don't know. He didn't have much to do other than that. Or I'd say maybe a seven.
I was thinking the same. Couple saves he made. Distribution was all right. I mean, played a
Yeah,
couple quick passes, which you and me have been dying out for him to do instead of holding on the ball.
yeah.
But
Played
yeah,
CDM a couple of
seven.
times.
Pardon?
Played CDM a couple of times.
Exactly. Right. Bogle. It's a
Um,
quiet
I,
one for him.
yeah, if my starting point is for a player is a six, I think Bogle's maybe today maybe a 6.5 because
Yeah.
only on the fact that it was a bit rash to start with, like with his tackling and a bit, and going forward, he didn't really do anything to hurt. It was
He
like I
was
said,
there.
he
He
got in
was,
good positions, but he
yeah,
wasn't. He didn't do the final pass
Bogle
like
thing.
there were
Yeah.
1-2 with James, and he messed that up. That would have been a good 1-2 if it came off, but he messed it up. But yeah, it's just little things like that, and it's yeah, I'm 6.5.
Yeah, he lost the ball a fair bit today. I thought he made a decent tackle, but then he went off for a corner. And thankfully, he got the ball. Otherwise, potential yellow or even a red card there.
Yeah, yeah,
His very wayward shot near the end, just, I don't even know what he was trying to do then. I think it was like Canio-esque, but just well into the rose head. Rodon and Strauch, are they the same for you or are they separate?
probably the same. I think they both had quite a quite a solid game. Like they didn't, apart from the goal going in, they didn't really do much, and I don't think they could have done much better apart from being in maybe a better position. But what's a better position apart from being in front of the ball? You can't block everything. So
Mm.
yeah, probably sevens.
Yeah, Rodon made a decent tackle when they were counter-attacking at one point. Strauch was just amazing in the air, literally won everything in the air.
Yeah,
Yeah, seven for both.
yeah.
I think that's fair. Right. Best left back in the league, mate. Junior Firpo. Did you think he had a good game today or not?
I thought he had a good game overall, better than Bogle.
How
Um,
much better?
Probably one of our best players today. A couple of
I
times he
think
gave foul away, didn't he? Yeah, I'd probably say seven as well. Maybe a
I think he was probably
7.5.
our better player. Like he
Yeah,
made
maybe
six
a 7.
tackles.
Maybe a
He was
7.5.
decent going forward. Um, yeah, 7.5. I mean, did in the aerials he won four aerials. He made six tackles. He won as a corner. I mean, like I said, one of our best players. 7.5.
I think
Right.
7.5 is fair.
Tanaka, mate. What were we rating for him? I know how much you love him, so it's a tough
Yeah,
one
well,
when
I
the
mean,
players you
to
really,
be
really
fair,
like.
he didn't have a bad game overall. He was one of the better players. It's just,
Yeah.
I think it's how he set his standard. It probably his worst game.
He's still got four tackles. He's still made four tackles.
Yeah, like I say, he
It's
played
still
really.
there.
I'd probably put him as probably the lowest I'll put him, but it'll be a 7.5.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think. 7.5 again because of his high standards. Like, you can't go too high, but yeah, 7.5. Obviously, he's won the ball in the air as well. 100% successful tackle rating of four. Yeah,
Yeah,
7.5.
the only reason why I'm knocking him down today is because he misplaced a couple of passes, which were
Yeah,
I think he weren't well. I think there's some like he must have come down with some kind of illness because he misplaced a couple of passes, got caught in possession a couple of times, but not not to great effect. But it's yeah, 7.5 for me.
yeah, that's fine. Right, Joe Rothwell.
Mm.
It's a tough one because corners, again, some were okay, some were very, very poor. What would you say for Rothwell? I mean, passing wise, still decent in the middle,
Yeah,
but
I'd want to probably give him a 7 or a low 7 if that makes sense. Like it,
yeah, no.
yeah, I don't think as low as 6.5, but I don't think he was amazing today compared to what he has been the last few games. I thought it it took him a while to get control of the ball properly because his passing were a bit erratic at the beginning and yeah, but then he does try driving us forward. So
No, it's one of these tough ones because we've been praising them two together for the last few weeks now. And it's like one of those games where it's like it just wasn't clicking, and you are going to get these games when players go missing and they
yeah,
just
you
don't
can't
look
play.
themselves. You can't. It happens. So
Yeah, unless you're Firpo or Tanaka, you're not playing well every game.
I mean, even occasionally Firpo has his bad games, but
But a bad game's like
still a good game compared to
still a good
everybody
game for
else.
him.
I mean, it's Firpo in it. Best.
Yeah,
I'm not even going to say best left back in the league anymore. I'm just going to say best player in the league.
yeah,
Right.
Tanaka's best player.
Let's go down James, mate.
Off night tonight, I think.
Yeah,
He's got his pace. He's getting his pace back. You can see he's like going for it now.
I
He's
mean, there was that one incident when he tried knocking it and he couldn't do anything. He knocked the ball on. And you think, right, James before his injury was going to get this. And he
yeah,
started like running. He went, oh no, I can't get that. I'm just like, oh, his pace. So what we
yeah,
said about last time, he's off a yard, but then
yeah.
it's
He's not. He's getting it back though because I'm not saying
yeah,
he's got it. He's getting it back because there were a few times where he's knocking it past and seeing if he can do it, and he's getting there.
yeah. I mean,
But he's crossing today, shocking. He's crossing and he's shooting. Apart from the only shot, it took him like nearly 90 minutes to have a shot on target.
he had two on target. He had it from the left hand side when he like cut in, shot, and straight at keeper, and then the other one from the left hand side. No, one first one was from the left, and the last one was from the right, and then yeah. So
Yeah,
it's tough
it's
how to rate him, isn't it?
I'd probably say 6.5, maybe 7 for efforts, but not no, maybe 6.5. I'm gonna go.
Yeah,
So I don't
six and
think
a
he did
half.
too much. I don't think he did anything to, like I said, my starting point 6, so slightly above, but not.
Yeah, yeah, I'll agree with you. 6.5. Right, Aronson, the American boy. What are we going to say for him? I know I can just tell straight away. Frustrated.
Yeah,
That's what you
frustrating.
think every single time I
Nowhere
mention
near as
Aronson.
good as the last week or the like last couple of weeks. I'm gonna go if I'm giving James 6.5, I'll give Amundsen 6.5. I don't think you're any worse or any better than what James was.
Um, Problem with Aronson is again he's a nuisance when he's off the ball,
Yeah,
but when he's
it's when
got
he's on
the
the ball that's
but
a
when he's
problem.
got the ball, it's just like right, what do we do? I mean, he did make a very very good cross for Nonto though, straight after
Yeah,
half time,
yeah,
and to be fair, it was perfectly weighted as well for Nonto. It was just
yeah. He
Nonto
did
was a
when he's
bit
got
unlucky.
time.
Yeah,
When he's got
but
time, he's got time and space. He's not bad. It's it's when he's pressured and his composure is shocking. Like if you were to rate a player, like on FIFA or Football Manager, his composure would be like 5.
yeah. Problem is though, he's losing the ball again. Like I've praised him the last few games of not losing the ball so much.
Yeah,
And then this game, he lost the ball. I think it was like 6 times on who scored. So it's like, oh, come on. I think he was better than James, but
do you?
not enough to get a 7. So obviously, if you
Yeah,
say James like a 6.5, obviously a 6.5 or a 7. He's not a 7, but for me, he was a little bit better than James, but not enough to be a 7. But
you're Aronson bias anyway, but yeah.
I am Harrison Bias. I don't care. I love the man.
Yeah.
I do. I absolutely love him. Willie Nonto, mate.
Ah, today another frustrating game from him. I
Yeah,
think today he tried to do too much and rather than doing the simple things.
it's just what he does, though, isn't it? I mean,
Mm. But in
good.
games like this is where you need the basics to be perfect or really good. And yeah, I think he was trying to do too much. And
Things he's that type of player
City,
that you can do too much,
yeah,
but when it doesn't play off, it doesn't come off. You are thinking, right, what are we doing? Come on, try something different. And it's the same way he plays. I do personally like it though when those three, so Aronson, Pirro, and no, not Pirro, sorry, Aronson, Nonto, and James like switch roles. I think
yeah,
it
yeah.
works,
It does,
but
and it does when it clicks, like we said before. When it clicks, it does. And I think for me with Nanto, it's when I say he does too much, it's like sometimes there's an easier ball rather than trying to take another man on. There's just an easier pass. Yeah, and whether it's just that he doesn't see it because he's just got his head down and trying to do it, but yeah, I think maybe it's 7, 6.
6.5.
Yeah,
I
I
can't
think
I can't justify him being better than James or Aronson. I think
no, that's what I
it was
mean. I'm
just, what I
thinking
mean
it's
because it was
like
just so flat. We've said about breaking them down. We just had nothing to it.
yeah.
Whereas if I mean, yes, he had some good link up plays with Burpe on the left hand side, with Bogle as well, but just
I'm thinking I'm just being generous because I think like when I'm looking back, it's like I think it was one of the front forward players that were trying to do something, but it weren't coming off.
I'm still going to say
But
6.5 for
I think
him.
I'll go down to 6.5.
Right, Joel Perot,
Well,
couple
yeah.
shots, made himself busy-ish, but when you do again, we talk about service. If you've got an out and out striker and they're not getting the service, they're then going to come deep for the ball. That's just what Pirro does. If he's not getting the ball
Hmm.
fed to him, he comes deep, and then when we're attacking, and then when they try to play the ball in or they look up to play the ball, he's not there because he's come deep, which I
Yeah.
think what he was doing an awful lot today.
Yeah, and did
But
you see? And there were a run that he made that if he ran towards the ball to the near post, it'd have had a shot, and the ball came through like diagonally came through into the area, and he ran straight, and then
yeah,
it was in no man's land, and then their defense could clear it. But if he made that run to the near post, which I think players like Bamford Joseph would have done
yeah,
because they're like strikers and Perot, as much as I
he's a
want him,
poacher.
yeah,
He's just a
as much as I
poacher,
want
but
him
he's
to be a
not
shock,
that. Like you said last time, he's not that mobile enough.
yeah,
But we haven't even spoken about his goal that was offside. So we've got this whole time we've not even mentioned that we
yeah,
scored when he was offside. I mean, from the highlights on Sky, you can't even see if he was onside or not. I think
yeah,
James's touch made him offside. What was your thoughts on the goal?
yeah. It was offside with Aronson sticking his leg out.
Yeah. I mean,
Uh,
it was a lovely ball from Bogle, though. Let's not shy away from
that's what I
that.
mean. The
But
cross was good. It was like that. That's a cross that we've been dying for all game. But
yeah,
then Aronson sticks his leg out, touches the ball, and then makes Perot offside.
things if he
Um,
doesn't touch the ball, they get the ball. That's
but
the
not
level we're in.
necessarily.
No, not necessarily, but he had, for me, in that sense, he done the right thing. Piro's run, I can't tell because I don't know if it was offside or not. I
Yeah,
mean, commentary
it
said
was
it
offside.
was.
It were about a yard or so
Uh,
offside.
they they did say half a yard on Sky, but
Yeah,
the
it were about
Sky commentary team was awful. They couldn't even pronounce Tanaka's name right. They pronounced Meslier's
they
old
always
team
butcher.
wrong. Awful. It's like going Tanankana. I'm like,
Yeah,
who?
they always
But,
butcher the names though, don't they? It's but yeah, I
but yeah,
thought
back to Piro's rating, mate.
I'm gonna go 6.5. I can't give him any higher.
Yeah, yeah, no, 6.5. I think for what he'd done, his off the ball work was pretty decent today. But again, it's that final ball if he's not in the
Yeah,
area. I can see why people criticize him because of that, because he's always
yeah.
deep. But like I've just said, striker's instinct wants the ball. And if he's not
Mm.
getting the ball, he's going to come deep for it. And then he's not
But a good
that
striker
quick.
stays where he's supposed to be.
It's one of those bit of both, I think, in my head.
Yeah,
Because that's what I was when I was a striker. I used to come deep when I didn't have the ball, and then I was never up top for it. But
yeah.
I
But
had a
that's
bit
where
more. I think I had a bit more pace back in the day. Not now,
yeah. Well,
obviously, but
that's where you learn. That's where you learn that when the ball does come, you need to be there. So
yeah. Substitutes, obviously, Manuel Solomon came on for Rothwell, which I thought was a bizarre one. If you weren't going to bring on Kilavogi, or
yeah, I think it. Well, I think
then
it's tactical throwing the kitchen sink at it again. Like
just stick him on the
changing
left hand
around,
side,
putting as
stick
many
him on the
attacking
wing.
players on as you can. But yeah, it didn't work.
No, I mean, what did you think about Solomon? Obviously, few cuts inside, dribble wise, I thought he was pretty decent. What did
Yeah,
you
I think
think about him?
still a bit rusty, but he got better as he went as the game went. Like as the minutes that he were on the pitch, he got better. The more he were, the more he were getting into it.
Yeah,
Um, but sometimes that he cut inside a couple of times in good positions, and then the ball was like the pass was a bit too hard, or it just yeah. I think it's still a bit rusty, but he's getting there.
yeah. I think 6.5 for what he was on for. I didn't think he
Mm,
did anything wrong. I just think again, like the final ball was lacking a little bit. But
yeah.
again, it was for everybody today. So dribble wise, he looks lively. Like I said, stick him out on the wing, and he will do a job. And I probably would start him next game against QPR personally, but maybe that's just being biased because I actually am a fan of Solomon and like what he's done in the past. And yes, I get his injury record and stuff like that. We've been through that many, many times, but yeah, 6.5.
Yeah, 6.5.
Are we going to rate the other two that came on in the 81st minute? Obviously, Joseph Bamford for Bogle and Nonto. So we were playing James at right back.
I think you just got to give them sixes, don't you? Because they didn't do nothing. But if you benchmark six, then you get a six. They didn't do anything to go below that. They didn't go do anything to go higher than that. So
No, I think
apart
that's
from apart from maybe Joseph, because he's of any player that I want heading that ball towards our goal, it's Joseph because he's not very good at hitting the target, is he, lately? So
yeah. We've talked about that a few times on here. Let's not cause a stir now, shall we, with Joseph and being a golden boy and his chances. I mean, Bamford got 100% successful pass rate, whereas Joseph got 36. He made 25 passes, but only nine was accurate.
so are we saying Bamford's better than
But
Joseph still?
I mean, Bamford made 25 passes. Hold on. Yeah, so 25 passes, and apparently it was all 100% success rate. Oh no, sorry. That's the wrong pass I'm looking at. He made one passes, one accurate pass. So I do apologize. And Joseph didn't make a single pass. So I
Yeah.
apologise. I was looking at the wrong
I was
person.
gonna say I didn't think they were on the pitch long enough to do that, but
No, I was
yeah.
looking at the wrong person. I mean, well, Tanaka came on and made like 25 passes in that time, but
Well, that's
that's
Tanaka. The different level is
this is why you don't read stats when you ain't got your glasses on and you got a
yeah.
stinking cold because it messes with your head. But yeah, Bamford 100% passing rate, brilliant.
Well, I think it's just going to be another one of those midweek games that we're going to have to just forget about, move on to the next.
Yes. Before we end it, then let's talk about that game then. So QPR, what is your score prediction for that game?
I'm going to go for as much as I've just battered Leeds for saying that we don't score, we're not ruthless enough. I think we're going to come out and we'll get a comfortable 2-0 win.
You just love a good 2-0 win. Do you know
I
what?
do. 2-0.
Time, considering they absolutely battered us last season, and I'm talking pulled our pants down and battered us. I'm saying we get a bit of revenge on this. I'm going to say that we go 3-0.
Right, I'm just gonna go for a 2-0 win because I think that's Farker's scoreline what he likes. I think he likes a 2-0 win.
Yeah, no, I'm going to go for 3-0, and that'll be it for the international break. Great,
Yeah.
another one. But yeah, Craig, thank you for joining on this disappointing night. Guys, thank you all for listening as always. I will leave the link tree in the description where you can find us all.
Yep.
Again, thank you very much.